Right, update video on our ADU build. This might not be the best way to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. I'm doing most of this myself, so I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how I did this just by myself. So for the layout here, getting the batter boards in and the string lines exactly where I want them, I started out just by eyeballing it with these bamboo sticks, and not really eyeballing it, but measuring it and getting it close, like within a foot off the fence. And then I put the batter boards in roughly where I thought they should go, and I measured the heights with the Spectra laser over there, and just set all the heights to the exact height of the top of the slab, and a little tiny bit, maybe a 1/4 inch high is okay for this part, because I'm gonna it might get loose over the next few weeks while I'm doing foundation digging and stuff like that. So I left it at least a little bit high, or right where I want it. And if I have to tap them down a little bit farther, then that's fine, I can do that. And then I cut off all the tops of the boards for the batter boards so that I wouldn't have any conflict with my string there. And later when we have the slab poured, if I still have the batter boards in, they won't be in the way of people trying to screed off the top or anything like that. I mean, the top of the form boards are going to be farther away from these batter boards, but still, it's just good to cut them off the top flush so they're not in the way. And then next was measuring out exactly the lines that I want to use. And when I finally found the right spot, you can see I've cut a notch with my knife into the wood so that it stays right where I want it. Took a few tries of measuring and squaring off all the lengths to get it exactly where I want it. So a good way to do this by yourself is I marked off the fence or the property line just about where I wanted it, within a 1/2 inch or so. And then I needed to find out 26 feet 8 inches to the next line from here to there to make those parallel. So what I did was, because it's just me and I don't have anyone over here to hold this, I would stick this measuring tape in a spot where I could have it exactly at 1 foot, and then I would just burn 1 foot on my measurement when I get to the end. So instead of getting to the end and measuring 26 feet 8, I would measure 27 feet 8 inches. That way I could have my line stay exactly where I want it, my measuring tape stay exactly where I want it, and I don't have to have someone hold it for me. So I did that for all the long runs, and then I put the string down across all those lines. Then I checked for square. So I measured the diagonal from there to there, and it was within 1/8 of an inch, less than 1/8 of an inch off, which I'm okay with that. And the way I found that was I used the Pythagorean theorem. So I had a squared plus b squared equals c squared, the diagonal here. And you can do that, and I did it in SketchUp, and you can just draw out on SketchUp your foundation to the exact 1/16 of an inch or whatever you want, and then you just measure with the tape measure tool from the corner point to the other corner point, and it'll tell you exactly 48 feet 9 and 15/16 inches. And that's one good way to do it, because then you can just drag and click all the corners and get the key ones that you need to make sure it's square. And then you write down those numbers and take them outside and make sure that your corners line up like that. And I did the same thing as I did with just by myself measuring. In order to get all the way across, I put the line on the batter board so that it would line up exactly with that corner and the other side, and then I just subtracted whatever this part of the tape measure was so that I could get the exact distance from this corner to the other corner over there. And that went fine. So at this point, I have my string lines and batter boards exactly where I want them. I marked it out with spray texture because that was all I had. And I'm going to take off the string lines and start to dig my 1 foot footing all the way around. And as you can see, I've got this all compacted well. It passed 90% compaction. And after all the rains, I just ran over it a few times again with the excavator and just made sure it was nice and compact. And I have enough space for 5 inches of concrete slab and then 4 inches of drain rock, plus a little bit extra allowable for like sand on top of the gravel if I need to. So there's some spots that are lower, like over in this corner, and over in that corner it's a little bit, maybe 6 or 7 inches lower than in the middle. And in those spots where I need to make up the extra 6 or 7 inches, I'll just add a little extra gravel and the 2 inches of sand and make sure that's all compacted each as I go with the layers. And then, before I put that gravel on, I'm actually going to dig my trenches for my under slab plumbing, and then get that inspected, passed, and then I will prepare for the concrete pour. And I guess that's it for now.